What you are watching took 4 billion years to develop. Not this specific flock, not these particular starlings, but the intelligence behind what they're doing. The capacity to move as one without a leader, to respond to threats without centralized command, to produce breathtaking coherence through collective sensing. That is the product of nature's 3.8 billion years of R&D. Biologists call it a murmuration, and when you understand what's actually happening inside of it, you start to wonder why we ever designed our own systems so differently. Each starling responds only to its 7 nearest neighbors, not to the flock, not to a centralized leader. No single bird holds the full picture, and yet the picture is extraordinary. When a threat enters at one edge, the signal travels across thousands of birds in milliseconds, faster than any chain of command could process it. And when the threat shifts, so does the flock, instantly, without a meeting, without a memo. When engineers were faced with the pressure wave created by the bullet train, which produced a loud boom as it entered tunnels, they looked to the kingfisher, a bird that pierces the boundary between 2 mediums of radically different density, air and water, without disturbing either. When George de Mestral needed a fastening system, he looked to the burrs that had attached themselves to his dog's fur, and he put them under a microscope. What he found were tiny hooks catching precisely on looping fibers, a locking mechanism refined over millennia. He replicated it. We call it Velcro. This is biomimicry, the practice of learning from and emulating nature's strategies to address human challenges. It has produced profoundly elegant innovations. But biomimicry has largely been applied to the physical world, to products, to materials, to the built environment. What happens when we apply that same practice and design logic not to things, but to the systems people use to work and live together? That's what Terradigm was built to answer. Human systems are the invisible structures that shape collective life. They determine how decisions get made, how resources move, how people coordinate, and how power is shared. Many of the systems we still rely on were built for a different era, an era shaped by extraction, unlimited growth, and top-down control. They were built on the belief that stability could be engineered and that control outweighed adaptability. But nature shows us something else. Imagine organizations that move critical information quickly, without bottlenecks. Imagine communities that can reorganize in real time when conditions change. Imagine systems designed not just to hold power, but to distribute intelligence. That is not speculative. It's how living systems survive. Terradigm was built to help bring that intelligence into human systems. You bring a challenge, Terradigm looks to biology and ecology for strategies that have already solved similar problems. Then it translates those strategies into practical guidance, tools, and AI-powered strategy briefs you can use in your own organization, institution, or community. Terradigm's resources can be self-guided, or they can be supported by a Terradigm consultant, depending on your needs and where you are in your process. Nature does not offer metaphors. It offers blueprints. Terradigm uses AI to make nature's strategies newly legible and accessible for the people trying to solve hard problems now. But the AI is not the star of the show. Nature is the original technology, refined across 3.8 billion years, and Terradigm helps bring that intelligence within reach.